Killer Jazz 1 asks, what do I think about the doomsday theory happening in 2012? Probably know about it. I think that it is kind of amazing how many different things coincide with 2012, although only a couple of them coincide with December 21st. And also the web bot algorithm that is designed to harness predictive abilities based on common language checking. Well, obviously, other people probably have 2012 on the mind because a number of them have already seen some of the predictions of 2012. So it doesn't make a lot of sense that you wouldn't see something like that. So I don't see why that's surprising. And so a lot of the other predictions about it are pretty generic, and I kind of feel like it's going to be the same sort of situation as it was in 2000 and all sorts of other periods of time where, yeah, there's supposed to be doomsday theory on something, but 2013 we're all going to have a nice laugh about it. That's generally what I think about it. Dashsway asks, I'm still confused about the difference between LP and a narrated walkthrough. Well, an LP is a subset of a walkthrough. A walkthrough could be in text, in audio, in video, in all sorts of different things. Could be somebody standing next to you. It could be a walkthrough. But an LP is specifically game footage, generally narrated, and also generally blind. So it's just generally something specific. So, like an audio tape without footage could be considered a narrated walkthrough. Siamiam is asking, do you think there will be more people playing video games during this economic turndown? Probably spending more time playing games, not necessarily buying more games. So we'll see on that. Do I own a console, or am I strictly a PC gamer? I currently don't own a console. I could foresee having a console in the future, but right now I'm just a PC gamer, and I think a PC gamer is more than is what's necessary. There's tons of games you can play on a PC. During one of my LPs, I said that I thought about making a game, but it would be hard. Have I ever tried making my own game? I actually have made a couple of my own games, but they're just kind of small fry things, just kind of hobbyist. And just kind of lost interest because it takes 50 to 300 hours just to make something that's even remotely interesting, really. And that's a lot of work. So, just haven't been too interested in it. I mean, depending on the programming language you use, of course. Which one of the movie characters do you hate most? Probably Martin Lawrence. There's a couple times when he was pretty funny. One was when he was, if I'm right on this, when he was trying to become a cop. And then there's I don't remember what movie that was, and then there's another one, there's the other movies that are Bad Boys. Those are the only times that I like Martin Lawrence. In any other place, it's pretty bad. Eddie Murphy has some really good movies, but there's some that are really annoying too. Very thick and black humor. I don't think that's racist to say it that way, but not very interested in a lot of that. The dark humor it's not like African American humor, it's dark humor is what I mean, which kind of around manure and stuff like that. It's just not funny, I don't think. Game X asks, what's it like making all these videos? It's a hobby that has a certain, it has the feel of a requirement to it. If 2 days goes by, I get about 30 messages saying, why have you stopped making videos? In 2 days, 48 hours. So it's kind of frustrating in that, as I've said before, I control the frequency. I can stop making videos for a month, and it's not my responsibility to even inform you guys. That's just how it rolls. That's how it works. It still kind of gives me a feeling of pressure to make videos. I just got to make sure I got to shrug that off, otherwise I'll burn out. But so far I've had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, that's how it works. Galdhon asks, what kind of gamer am I? What kind of gamer am I? A casual, someone who enjoys games for the game quality itself, as opposed to like the graphics quality or the big explosions. I like the gameplay of a game and the interface of a game. What was my first intention when I started uploading videos? To become popular. Yeah, that's my intention. How did you expect I would do when I started Let's Playing? I expected for a while, my popularity was growing actually quite exponentially, which was pretty cool because I wasn't really expecting that. I think it was based on the search engine searches and how there's a number of people that make searches for game footage. So I kind of went from low popularity to medium high popularity pretty quick, and then it plateaued out. So in the very beginning, I was quite amazed, and then after a while, it just kind of made it so it was like gained 100 subscribers every 2 weeks or something like that, or every week and a half, and it just stayed consistently on that. So, Blueberry Clock 2 asked, how did my favorite LPers influence my LPing? Basically, I just took the best from each. That's what I kind of consider. I found out, I mean, I really looked at some of Over the Guns stuff, and it's kind of amazing how similar he is on his schema to my schema. I didn't even really notice that. I have subscribed to him, and he's very good, and he's one of the people that I really enjoyed on his BioShock walkthrough, and I just couldn't remember who it was that had made that BioShock walkthrough that I had watched. But yeah, I am now subscribed to him, and he's also very high quality. FMC asks, how long have I been Let's Playing, and how do you think people find your Let's Plays and walkthroughs? You can find out both of those things on YouTube. They have metrics for all that stuff. So I don't really need to read that off. A350 Acid asks, how long have I been out? I mean, how long have I been playing? That's the same answer as before. You can look that up very simply. And I am not gay, so I am not out of the closet, so if that's your question. When are you going to solve the twin prime conjecture? I don't know what that is. What is the plural form of dominatrix? Probably dominatrixes. It's not a great word, but dominatrixes is probably the word. Lulo Metrolab asks, what is the H in goal progression thing on your website? I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you could clarify, that would be nice. Why do I play on the PC? The PlayStation is better. Well, I can just slam the PlayStation down in one quick answer. I can probably play around 200,000 games on a PC. How many games can you play on a PlayStation? So I win. For which games do I wait? Every game that hasn't been released that I'm planning on getting. That's the answer to that one. Hotballer02 asks, if a tree falls in the middle of nowhere and nobody is around here, it doesn't make a sound. Trees cannot fall in nowhere. There is nothing relative to the tree to determine whether the tree fell or not. Super Mario 8745 asks, how do you record your screen and voice? I do it with screencasting software. Homeborn asks, what's your all-time favorite thing? I just going across the board, there's a lot of really wonderful things. I know one of the favorite things of mine is kissing, but there's all sorts of things. Making tons of money or earning tons of money is a very one of my favorite things. There's all sorts of different things. I would also like to know if you were wondering of doing more Fallout 3 Let's Play. That depends on the requests. That's always going to be the answer. Almighty Elemental asks, there are people who make Let's Plays but comment using text instead of audio commentary. Do I feel that is acceptable? I feel that is, well, acceptable, yes. Preferred, absolutely not. I think that actual voice narration is significantly more interesting than text narration. Is there anything illegal that I think should be legal? I think that probably almost all drugs should be legalized and then taxed ridiculously. I figure make people spend ridiculous amounts of money for drugs, but make it regulated. I think it'd be a lot easier to deal with in that way, and and the government would make a lot of money off of really stupid people. Another thing to be legalized, I kind of feel that not straight out legalized, but I think our regulations around physical confrontations, especially between the two adults, is a bit strict. It just seems like it's a little excessive, where if you push someone on their shoulder, you can be considered as breaking the law. And it just seems like, I don't know. I mean, sometimes just a good fight is not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. I just don't feel that society I think society has gone a little overboard on physical confrontations.